Invisible Clues, The Silent Language, Episode 3 Late Nights and New Hobbies When Routine Becomes a Lie. Welcome to Invisible Clues, The Silent Language. This is Episode 3. This is your host, Roger Warstone. Last episode, we talked about emotional clues and phone as the third partner. Tonight, we confront the most undeniable sign changes in your partner's schedule. When something or someone new is taking their time, it often leaves a trail through late nights at work, mysterious errands, or unexplained new interests. We'll examine the evidence in their routine and teach you how to spot the alibi game that keeps their secret hidden. This segment is the inescapable digital trail. In today's digital age, every secret leaves a mark. Unlike 15 years ago, when someone could just use cash for secret expenses and leave a little trace, modern cheating and deceptive behaviors create basically digital footprints that are difficult to erase or hide. For example, every transaction in your meals, hotel gifts, hotels, even dating app subscriptions generates a record in your partner's banking and credit card accounts. What about mobile devices, log locations, timestamps, and app usage, embedding details in photos and cloud backups? It's just incredibly crazy. A credit card or a bank statement now tells a story that receipts and handwritten notes once tried to hide. Suspicious patterns often surface in unexplained charges at odd hours, restaurant bills for two, or recurring monthly payments with cryptic names. Digital evidence lingers even if messages like social media activity and call logs are deleted. This can be recovered with modern forensic tools. In the digital world, there's always a mark left behind. 15 years ago, someone could just stash cash, spin a story, and disappear for a night, leaving little evidence. Today, every swipe, tap, or transaction creates a digital trail. Your partner's electronic fingerprints are everywhere, from credit card purchase to GPS data and cloud backups. If the story doesn't match the mark that the technology leaves, that's a sign. The truth is hiding in plain sight. Proceed calmly and patiently, starting only with the community sources. In your home, a shared computer, tablet, or family cloud. Never use personal devices or account unless situation truly calls for it. If you don't have a community computer, get one as soon as possible. So transparency comes first, and secrets have nowhere to hide. Somewhere along the line, I will probably leave a list of things that you should have, but that will be till later on after the 9 episodes. Healthy relationships start with trust, transparency, and conversation, not suspicion or surveillance. These tools are meant only for situations where you have exhausted all reasonable attempts to restore honesty. Digging into your partner's private life is serious and is potentially invasive. Respect for privacy must come first. And this is just the practical advice for ethical investigations. Always keep calm and patient. Acting out of desperation increases mistakes and emotional damage. Collect information only from communal sources, share family devices, or cloud accounts everyone routinely accesses from your phone receipts. Never cross the line into the personal devices or private accounts without overwhelming objective cause and ideally your partner's consent. And if he doesn't give you the consent, and you probably do have a problem, but you don't want to go that route. This segment is changes in work and schedule. Let's look closer at what changed in your partner's schedule and why these changes might matter. When someone's routine shifts, it's not always just about working late. Sometimes the real planning happens while you're busy or distracted by your own work. If your partner is having an affair, the odds are high that it's connected to work, but it won't necessarily occur in the office. Instead, you'll notice subtle cues and unusual questions meant to probe your availability. Be on alert for details like this. Your partner may casually ask about your work hours, your meetings, or upcoming deadlines, information they can use to plan their own escapes. You may hear, "Will you be home late again tomorrow?" Or, "You have that appointment at 3, right?" Seemingly innocent, but really serving to confirm when you will be out or unavailable. If an affair is happening, it's often orchestrated around your schedule as much as theirs. The key is patience. Rushing for answers almost always leads to confusions or confrontations. Instead, carefully note what's said, what's planned, and what doesn't fit. Details that seem nonchalant or harmless are often part of a bigger strategy and only reveal their full meaning when observed over time. Take your time, document conversations, changes, and questions that feel out of place. Sometimes the truth isn't the hours lost at work, but in the quiet way your partner arranges those hours, matching them to opportunities, not just obligations. It's a methodical attention that uncovers what isn't easily confessed. Watch, listen, and let the pattern build its own story before making any sudden moves. This segment is the new hobbies and activities. Now let's turn to another shift that speaks volumes: the sudden, unexplained interest in new hobbies and activities. These aren't just casual distractions, they're time consuming passions that are suspiciously kept to themselves. When someone is investing hours in a new pursuit, but never invites you to join, it's worth asking, what's really going on? Has your partner taken up a hobby, sport, or group activity that demands regular time away, but you're not included? Are weekends suddenly booked with classes, meetups, or solo adventures that sound more like alibis than genuine excitement? What matters isn't the hobby itself, it's the secrecy and the distance. The refusal to share, the lack of enthusiasm for involving family, and the avoidance of long standing events are all emotional signals. When your partner stops showing up for family dinners, holidays, or tradition without a good reason, it's not just their calendar that's changed, it's their connection to you and the people you care about. This kind of withdrawal is rarely about the activity, it's about needing space for new emotional sources or simply to be somewhere you can't see or question. If you notice excitement for something new is tightly guarded and the old routines are disappearing, it's time to pay attention not just to what's new, but what's lost. Patterns of avoidance and secretive new interest may mark the beginning of a double life. Document the changes, compare them with what you know, and remember genuine hobbies tend to bring couples closer together, not drive them apart. This segment is the alibi game. Let's move into the territory of stories, excuses, and cross paths. The classic alibi game. When something is being hidden, explanations start to sound rehearsed and small details begin to slip through the cracks. One of the first signs is contradiction. You may notice that your partner's stories change with every retelling. Yesterday, they said they had a meeting that ran late. Today is an urgent call with a friend. The destination for an evening out becomes vague. Was it the office, the gym, or somewhere else? Missing details are just important. Where were they for those extra hours? Who did they spend time with? Why do explanations feel rushed, incomplete, or overly defensive? The real challenge is the skillful partners will refine their stories over time. At first, they may offer too much information, a sign they're trying hard to persuade you. As suspicion grows, they might become guarded, giving you nothing to work with. Patterns of defensiveness, evasiveness, or irritation when questions point to a deeper motive. Now, there's a trick. Not everyone sees coming. Suddenly, your partner becomes very interested in your schedule. They want to know when you'll be out, what time your meetings ends, and even which nights you'll be busy. At first, this seems thoughtful, but when combined with other clues, is about logistics, their need to avoid crossing paths or being caught off guard. You might hear lines like, "Do you have work tomorrow?" Or "Do you work late tomorrow? What time will you be leaving for that event? Will you be at home at this weekend?" Each question is a potential opportunity to plan their own absence with no risk of overlap. This strange new interest in your calendar isn't about caring, it's about creating windows for a secret life. It's a subtle way to arrange time when they know you won't be watching, sometimes for an hour, sometimes for an entire evening. To catch these patterns, trust yourself. Write down inconsistencies and compare details over several weeks. Notice whether your partner checks in less often, avoids specifics, or seems nervous when you're asked simple questions. It's easy to doubt yourself in these moments, especially if the explanations almost make sense. But patterns tell the real story. Contradictory alibis and a sudden interest in your movements are among the most revealing clues you'll find. Take your time, avoid confrontation, let the evidence come to you. This is not about paranoia, it's about seeing the things that don't add up when someone's no longer living openly with you. By breaking down the alibi game, you move closer to understanding what's happening behind the scenes. If every story needs revision and every plan depends on your absence, the truth is likely slipping through the cracks, waiting for you to put the pieces together. This is the subtle communication strategy. Let me be clear, you should never suffer in silence. If you have questions, you have every right to ask them. But how you ask makes all the difference. It's not about confrontation or accusation. Your goal is to keep communication open, yet gentle, so your partner does not feel threatened or watched. Do you understand that? We don't want him to know what you're doing. We don't want the enemy to know or to think that we know that we're planning something against them or that we're writing down or spying on them somehow. Here's the key: approach the conversation with curiosity, not suspicion. Keep your tone casual. Let your questions blend into the rhythm of everyday life. Ask about their day as you always have. Make questions like, "Did your meeting last long? Have you tried that new place near the office?" Not loaded with anxiety or accusations. Why does this matter? If your partner senses you are on them, they will start covering their tracks, changing routines, and hiding evidence, making your search for the truth much harder. Too many direct questions or urgency can scare them into being more careful. What you want is enough honesty to spot contradictions. Little by little, without forcing a reaction. Like I said before, have patience. Think of your subtle questions as gentle probes, nothing more. The goal isn't to interrogate, it's to appear relaxed so they don't realize you're watching. Don't dwell too long on the topic. Never repeat your questions. Let gaps and consistencies reveal themselves naturally. If you push too hard, you might lose the truth you were close to discovering. And if you find something that you think is enough evidence, just back up, wait a day, think about it, see if you wanted to use it, and then use it. What I would do, I would just wait to gather more evidence and just to question it to a friend or somebody else to see if that's enough to even go through with what you want to go through. Patience is your strongest asset. By keeping your approach casual, you increase your odds of seeing the real story behind the alibis before your partner realizes you're watching. This is the closing. Tonight, we journey through some of the most complex territory in relationships, changes in routine, sudden new interest, and the many ways someone can carefully craft an alibi. If these clues are present in your life, it's natural to feel unsettled and overwhelmed. But take heart. The goal here isn't just to expose secrets, but to help you regain clarity, control, and most of all, a peace of mind. Remember, the voice guiding you is one of experience, not accusation. You're not alone. Many have stood where you stand right now, questioning a partner's shifting behaviors and searching for answers just out of reach. The stories, the schedules, the hobbies, each can be a piece of the puzzle, but rarely is any single clue enough. What matters is the pattern that reveals itself over time. You might feel tempted to confront your partner the moment something doesn't add up. The strongest decisions come from patience, observation, and an open mind. Sometimes what feels like betrayal is stress, change, or confusion. Other times, the truth, however painful, must be faced with courage and dignity. Ask yourself, will gathering evidence serve healing or simply deepen the wound? Trust that careful patience will guide you. If you choose to probe for answers, do so with subtlety and compassion. Remember that the ultimate goal is not confrontation, but understanding. If you join us at this advanced stage, maybe skipping earlier episodes, consider this. These methods are those whose honest conversations and trust building have failed. If you're just beginning your journey, go back, start with dialogue, empathy, and open listening. These tools are the last resort, not the first steps. Perhaps after listening tonight, you realize your own calendar matches the clues: missed dinners, loneliness, the sense that your life together has become two separate routines. Maybe you spot the alibi game, contradictions, missing hours, and that strange interest in your own schedule. No, these are signals, not proof. Take your time, record what you observe, let the whole picture form before you act. Whatever you discover, remember your worth. You deserve honesty, respect, and love that is freely given, not hidden. Next week, on episode 4, the scent of suspicion, physical red flags, and intimacy changes. We turn to what's right in front of you. We'll talk about the unmistakable signs, the new wardrobe, the gym routine, the suddenly fresh cologne or perfume, unexplained scents left on clothing or in the car, changes in intimacy from absence of touch to mechanical overcompensation that doesn't feel genuine, and every details, new credit cards, odd expenses, and physical signs of stress that reveal the burden of secrecy. You'll learn how these physical and financial clues combine with what you have already discovered, building a case that is undeniable. But beyond detection, we'll talk about the heart, the confusion, the pain, and how to protect your dignity and well being through it all. You're not just collecting clues, you're reclaiming your own peace and understanding. The truth may hurt, but it will set you free to make the choices best for you and those you care about. This has been Invisible Clues, the silent language. Join me next episode to uncover the tangible evidence because sometimes the answers you seek are right under your nose. Now, before you go, stand by for a special word about my company, Warstone Detective Agency. Hey, this is Roger Warstone. I'm a private detective with years of experience handling a wide range of cases. Whether you're facing criminal charges, you're innocent, and need someone who will work tirelessly to get results, or dealing with family matters like custody or infidelity investigations, we're here to help. We offer comprehensive support. Criminal investigations across various areas of the law. Family cases investigations include process service, locating missing persons, even those trying to hide from you, fraud detection, and security service to protect you and your assets. If you ever find yourself in trouble or simply just want to understand what kind of help is available for you, don't rely on your lawyer alone. Having a skilled investigator like myself on your side can make all the difference. Keep Warstone Detective Agency in mind as your trusted partner when you need answers, protection, or peace of mind. Thank you for listening. And until next episode, take care of yourself.